And it's some breaking news out there, folks. Some shocking news for some people, maybe some not so shocking news for others. Ever since Hector Rodriguez did join NRG back in 2019, a lot of lingering questions as to what his future would be. Would it be with NRG or would it be solely with OpTic? That truth finally, well, it seems coming to fruition, brought to us by sources over at Dexerto. And I did not have the balls to bring this one out there, so I'm glad they did it first, as they are now saying that yes, Hector Rodriguez wants to part ways and divest with his interest or his ownership in NRG and go on his own with new financial partners to reacquire the OpTic Chicago franchise and continue on with the OpTic gaming brand elsewhere. Again, I'm sure a lot of you will be shocked by this. I'm sure a lot of you will also not be. But now the lingering question is going to be, who will these new financial partners joining Hector Rodriguez be? As Dexerto does say, HECZ is aiming to divest from NRG, the org he joined in September of 2019, and own the OpTic Chicago franchise alongside new financial partners. Sources have informed Dexerto. Multiple parties are interested in being involved, of course, though no final decision has been made as to which we'll be working with going forward. HECZ declined to comment. And yeah, it comes as no surprise that a ton of people out there, a heck ton of people, want to work with a guy like Hector because of the success he has done with a brand like OpTic Gaming. And of course, the roller coaster ride does continue for what has been happening over the past 4 to 5 years with this OpTic Gaming brand. I'm excited for this. You know, this is something I have, if you follow me on Twitter, I've been hinting at for some time. A lot of people have, though, in the industry, well knowing what HECZ wants for his future, and that really not involving NRG. It leaves me feeling bad for someone like Andy Miller, who I truly do really enjoy. And that was one of the first points that kind of led me to the assumption they would be parting ways, because they had that NRG Duo podcast, to which they have not done in now 4 to 5 months. It was so insightful, so informative, so nice to see Hector and Andy sit down and talk about OpTic and the NRG brand and the business behind the scenes. But that's not been happening for quite some time. And besides a birthday message on Twitter, the two have not interacted publicly on Twitter for quite some time. Amidst that, some other obvious things being the fact that OpTic as a brand could only be placed seemingly inside Call of Duty, and if they wanted another team, they had to make sure NRG did not have another team already in that esport. If that's the future that HECZ wants, he couldn't do it underneath the NRG umbrella. But yes, let's stay calm, let's stay patient, let's see what HECZ has to say this week, along with someone maybe like Andy Miller. This is NRG, a brand out there who has grown tremendously over the last 1.5 to 2 years, especially with the help of HECZ. I am so excited to see where they do go separately down their own paths, but no one out there is denying this is a huge loss for NRG, who still does tremendously well, but a huge loss at that. Where HECZ will go with OpTic Chicago, will OpTic Gaming return to other esports? There is now a lot of questions out there, and I cannot wait to see when they will be answered. Latest sources out there from Dexerto saying HECZ is going to be parting ways with NRG and continuing on with OpTic and OpTic Chicago on his own with brand new partners, to which I'll end on this. We have talked a lot about potential partners with HECZ. Dr. Disrespect, well, very clearly potentially being one. What if he was to help invest alongside and try and help acquire that OpTic Chicago franchise? What if he was to invest into the Green Wall, along with many others who are obviously interested? I'm sure we'll talk more about that in the future. Until then, drink some Rogue, drink some water and coffee. Mine are both at the desk. Once I sit down, I'm going to be chugging them, all right? Hope you do the same. Stay safe, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you back here sometime soon.